Welcome back to Stop IRS Letters, the special series from the Tax Problem Solved podcast. I'm your host, Deltrease Hart Anderson, keeping the IRS out of your pocketbooks, wallets, and bank accounts. Today, we're talking about one of the most serious letters the IRS sends before things get really ugly. This is the CP504 notice. If this letter just landed in your mailbox, take a deep breath because I'm going to walk you through exactly what it means and what you need to do right now. Let's go. The CP504 notice is officially titled Notice of Intent to Seize Your Property or Rights to Property. That sounds dramatic because it really is. This is like your third or fourth notice in the IRS's collection series. And the IRS is telling you that they can levy your income and your bank accounts as well as seize your property or your rights to property, including a state income tax refund. Okay, so you've already been warned. You've received other letters. You've received the CP14, maybe a CP501, 2, 3. Okay. When you get this 504, that means the jig is up. If you are getting a state refund, the IRS is not going to give you that refund. Instead of you getting the refund, the IRS is going to get that refund, as well as move or possibly move forward with other enforcement actions if you do not respond. So in plain English, what they're saying is, hey, we have asked you to send us a payment or just communicate with us. We're done asking nicely. Pay us, contact us, or if you don't, then we'll deal with you in a different way. So the IRS is now getting gangster on you for the most part, okay? But here's what's most important to understand. That CP504 does not yet authorize the IRS to take your paycheck or empty your bank account. It is a strong warning that the next letter is going to give them the power to do those things, okay? So it's like the IRS is saying, look, God darn it, we have warned you. We've been nice. We've sent you letter after letter. But the next time, we're not going to be so nice. All right? So if you ignore this CP504 letter, you risk losing more than just your state refund. The next step could be a wage garnishment, a bank levy, or even a federal tax lien. Now, here's the thing. I have seen, especially in this government shutdown, I have seen where people's wages have been garnished for hefty 5-figure sums, okay? And typically when wages are garnished, if someone comes to me, I can get a wage garnishment removed in about 24 hours, sometimes even less. But the government is shut down. So that 24-hour time frame might turn into 3 days, so 72 hours. It might turn into a whole week. And guess what? During that time frame, one wage garnishment may turn into your next paycheck being garnished as well. Who can afford that? Who can afford the IRS taking money out of their paychecks? And let me tell you, when they take money, they take hefty sums. They could care less about anything but I'm going to take this money because the taxpayer did not respond. Okay. So once that levy happens, once that wage garnishment happens, it is so much harder to fix and it's much more stressful for you. But guess what? If you're still at the CP504 stage, there is good news. You still have time to act. So this is what I want you to do. 4 easy steps. Step number 1, open the letter. Read it carefully. Look for the tax year and the total amount that is due. Step 2, verify that balance. Make sure that the balance is yours. Compare the numbers that the IRS says that you have on the notice with your transcripts, with your tax returns, because the IRS doesn't always get it right. Mistakes happen, right? Step number 3, take action before the deadline. Of course, if you could pay it in full, definitely go ahead and pay them people, get it out the way. If not, if you can set up a properly structured installment agreement, do so. If you need to request an offer in compromise and you qualify, do so. If you can prove to the IRS that you can't pay them anything, do so. So the collection actions won't start, okay? If you're confused about these options, talk to a tax professional and see what options do you really qualify for. Don't play in the IRS's faces. I promise you, you will not win. But if you communicate with them, if you take actions before the deadline, then you will be fine. Last step, step number 4, don't wait until that next letter. The next letter, if it's an LT11, let me tell you, that is not the letter that you want to receive. That letter means that the IRS now, they have the legal rights to levy your wages and your bank account. So now they can come after your pocketbooks, your wallets, and your bank accounts legit, okay? And you'll lose your right for an appeal if you don't act fast enough. All right. I've had several clients that have ignored those CP504 letters. Sometimes some people like to play with the IRS and say, okay, well, we're going to call the IRS's bluff. I'm going to take my time. Well, a few weeks later, guess what happened? They received that LT11, and within days, their paychecks was garnished. Okay. Now, again, before the government shutdown, we were able to get these wage garnishments and these bank levies released very quickly. Government shutdown, less people that we can talk to in the collections department. It takes a little longer. So don't play in the IRS's face, okay? But another thing, it would have been so much easier and cheaper, by the way, if that CP504 letter was not ignored. If they would have called me after they got the CP504, then everything could have been resolved. So trust me when I tell you, this is your final warning before the IRS brings the hammer down. CP504. So here's your takeaway. CP504 means the IRS is serious, but you still have time. It's not too late. You have time to fix it if you act when? If you act now. So if you have a CP504 notice, go to the IRS, go to stopirsletters.com, upload that letter, and let's go ahead and get that letter resolved, okay? Remember, don't panic, take action. I'm Deltrease Hart Anderson, keeping the IRS out of your pocketbooks, wallets, and bank accounts. Remember, submit your letters to stopirsletters.com and let's solve your tax problems for good.